Hello, Home Design family. Welcome back. There is a distinct magic in the way the Mediterranean world handles the concept of home. In our modern, fast-paced lives, we often look outward for escape, build bigger windows, or chase vast, open landscapes. But the ancient Romans, the Moors, and the builders of the Andalusian villas knew a profound secret. The ultimate luxury isn't an expansive view of the outside world. It is the creation of an internal sanctuary, a private ecosystem where nature is brought so close to your daily life that the line between architecture and earth completely dissolves. Today, we are stepping inside the world of Mediterranean courtyard gardens. As an architect, I've always been fascinated by how these spaces manage to feel incredibly intimate, yet utterly expansive at the same time. They aren't just gardens. They are outdoor rooms designed to cool the air, soothe the mind, and awaken every single human sense. Whether you have a sprawling suburban courtyard, a compact urban patio, or even a blank canvas backyard that you want to enclose, the design principles we're exploring today will help you cultivate that timeless, sun-baked elegance right at home. Now, as we journey through the essential pillars of Mediterranean design, from the tactile romance of natural stone to the acoustic choreography of water features, I want you to pay close attention. Midway through this video, I'm going to share one highly specific, historically guarded architectural trick called the thermal mass scent trap. It's a design method used in the oldest riads and coastal villas that alters the microclimate of a courtyard by up to 10 degrees while mechanically amplifying the fragrance of your plants. It's something almost no modern landscaper talks about, and once you understand how to implement it, it will completely change how you view outdoor layout planning. But before we unlock that secret, we must understand the very skeleton of the Mediterranean courtyard. We need to talk about how to establish a sense of mystery, boundaries, and architectural frame. Let's look at how to lay the groundwork for your own private oasis. Segment 1. The anatomy of the courtyard, spatial design, and the beauty of enclosure. To understand a Mediterranean courtyard, you must first understand the concept of intimacy through enclosure. In traditional Western landscaping, gardens are often designed to be looked at from a distance, or they spread outward toward a property line. A Mediterranean courtyard, however, wraps its arms around you. It uses the surrounding walls of the home, or high, purposeful boundary walls, to create a microenvironment that is protected from harsh winds, street noise, and the chaotic visual clutter of the outside world. From a structural standpoint, your courtyard doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical. While Renaissance Italian gardens loved strict geometry, the vernacular Mediterranean style, the kind you find in the coastal villages of Greece or the winding streets of Mallorca, is beautifully imperfect. If you are starting from scratch or remodeling, the goal is to create a sense of discovery. You want to establish a layout where the entire garden cannot be seen in a single glance. This is achieved by zoning. Even in a small space, you can create distinct zones using subtle transitions. Instead of walls, use changes in flooring material, low stone retaining walls, or strategic placements of large terracotta planters to dictate the flow of movement. You want to guide the human body through the space in a meandering fashion. A path that curves slightly, or a dining area tucked just behind a massive rosemary bush, creates an architectural narrative. It forces a person to slow down, and in that slowing down, the connection to nature is magnified. Furthermore, consider the vertical scale. The walls of your courtyard are not just structural barriers. They are your vertical garden canvas. In Mediterranean design, the vertical plane is just as important as the ground plane. By utilizing climbing plants, recessed wall niches, and architectural corbels, you draw the eye upward, making a small footprint feel incredibly grand and lofty. You are creating a room where the ceiling happens to be the open sky, and that shift in perspective changes how your brain processes spatial volume. Segment 2, the material palette, raw, earthy, and timeless hardscaping. If the layout is the skeleton of your courtyard, the materials are its soul. There is a fundamental rule in Mediterranean exterior design. Nothing should look pristine, sterile, or mass-produced. The entire aesthetic relies heavily on patina, the beautiful story that time, weather, and human touch write onto physical surfaces. When choosing materials for your floors and walls, you want to lean entirely into natural, raw, and earth-born elements. Let's start underfoot. The classic Mediterranean courtyard rejects large, seamless slabs of modern concrete. Instead, it embraces textures that have variation in color and form. Terracotta is, of course, the quintessential choice. The word itself means baked earth, and that is exactly the feeling it brings to a space. Handmade terracotta tiles absorb the sun's heat during the day and radiate a gentle warmth in the evening. Because they are imperfect, no two tiles are exactly alike, creating a rich visual tapestry that grounds the entire garden. If terracotta feels too warm or rustic for your home's architecture, look toward natural limestone or travertine. The key here is the finish. Avoid polished or sharply honed stones. Instead, opt for tumbled, brushed, or split-face finishes. You want edges that look slightly softened by age and surfaces that feel comfortable to walk on barefoot. Another fantastic, highly underutilized option for a relaxed vibe is fine, decomposed granite or pea gravel. There is something deeply satisfying, almost meditative, about the auditory crunch of gravel underfoot as you walk through a garden. It instantly evokes the casual elegance of a south of France estate. For the walls, step away from standard external drywall or smooth paint. Mediterranean walls are tactile. Utilizing a traditional lime wash or a textured stucco finish creates a surface that catches the light in extraordinary ways. Lime wash is naturally breathable and develops a beautiful, mottled appearance over time as it reacts with rain and sunlight. It acts as a soft, matte backdrop that makes the deep greens and vibrant purples of your plants visually pop, rather than washing them out in the glare of the midday sun. Segment 3, the Symphony of Water, Acoustic Design, and Thermal Comfort. In a Mediterranean courtyard, water is never an afterthought or a mere luxury ornament. It is an absolute functional and psychological necessity. Historically, in the arid regions of Andalusia, North Africa, and Greece, water was the central element around which all life revolved. When bringing nature closer to home, you must design not just for the eyes, but for the ears and for the skin. Water does both beautifully through acoustic design and evaporative cooling. You don't need a massive Olympic-sized pool to achieve this. In fact, large expanses of open water can sometimes disrupt the intimate scale of a courtyard. Instead, think about scale and movement. A wall fountain where water trickles down a stone surface into a small basin is perfect for tight spaces. The sound of moving water has a magical property. It masks ambient traffic noise or neighborly chatter, creating an auditory barrier that encloses your sanctuary just as effectively as a physical brick wall. It tricks the human brain into feeling instantly cooler and more relaxed, even on a scorching midsummer afternoon. If you have a bit more space, consider implementing a rill, a narrow, shallow channel of water that runs through the paving. Rills trace lines of movement through the garden, guiding the eye and creating a sense of playfulness. Alternatively, a simple, dark-bottomed reflection pool offers a completely different energy. It acts as a mirror to the sky, bringing the clouds and the shifting colors of twilight down into the heart of your courtyard. It introduces stillness, a place for contemplation where nature can reflect upon itself. When designing your water feature, pay close attention to the materials surrounding it. Allow moss to grow naturally on the damp stone edges. Choose dark interior finishes for your basins, like deep charcoal or midnight blue stone, because they absorb light, create the illusion of depth, and make the water look like a natural, cool spring emerging from the earth. The goal is to make the water feature feel as though it has existed for centuries, long before the house itself was ever built. Segment 4. The Botanical Blueprint. Selecting flora with intent and structure. Now let's talk about the green architecture, the planting palette. A common mistake people make when trying to create a Mediterranean garden is buying every plant they see at the nursery, resulting in a chaotic jungle that lacks cohesion. The Mediterranean Botanical Blueprint is actually deeply restrained, architectural, and structurally intentional. It relies on a balanced mix of sculptural statement trees, structural evergreen shrubs, and wild cascading bursts of color. Every great Mediterranean courtyard needs a focal point, a living monument. And there is no better candidate for this than the olive tree, Alea Europea. With its twisted sculptural trunk and silvery green canopy, an olive tree is pure living art. It filters daylight into a soft, dappled pattern that dances across the courtyard floor. If your climate doesn't support olive trees, you can achieve a remarkably similar structural effect with an old pruned fig tree or a multi-stemmed crepe myrtle. The key is to choose a tree with character, one that shows its skeletal form and tells a story through its branches. Surrounding your focal tree, you want to build layers using structural, drought-tolerant evergreens. Think about plants that naturally maintain their shape or respond beautifully to soft cloud pruning. Boxwood, structural bay laurels, and various types of rosemary are staples. Rosemary is particularly incredible because it serves a dual purpose. It's dense. Needle-like foliage provides excellent year-round structure, while its oils release an earthy, invigorating aroma whenever someone brushes past it. To break up these structured, manicured greens, you introduce the romance, the wild climbers, and the intense bursts of color. Bougainvillea, with its electric pinks and purples, or wisteria, with its soft, weeping lavender blooms, can be trained to climb up pillars, pergolas, and bare walls. They soften the hard lines of the architecture and create a sense of abundance. For a more delicate, elegant touch, look to star jasmine. While its white flowers are visually subtle, its intoxicatingly sweet fragrance during the warm spring and summer evenings will completely transform the atmosphere of your courtyard, making it feel like a coastal resort in Capri. Segment 5. The secret revealed. The thermal mass scent trap technique. We have arrived at the secret I promised you at the beginning of this video, an ancient architectural design method that I call the thermal mass scent trap. If you look at the historic, centuries-old courtyards of Marrakesh, Seville, or the ancient villas of Pompeii, you realize their layout wasn't accidental. They didn't just place plants where they looked pretty. They engineered microclimates using natural physics and botany to create a space that feels radically different from the outside world. Here is how it works, and how you can replicate it in your own home. The technique relies on two factors: the strategic orientation of your highest thermal mass walls, and the deliberate channeling of prevailing winds through specific fragrant zones. First, identify the wall in your courtyard that receives the most intense, direct afternoon sun. Instead of hiding this wall behind dense shade trees, you want to leave it partially exposed or cover it with a highly textured, dark-toned lime wash or natural stone like dark volcanic rock or deep-toned slate. This becomes your thermal battery. It absorbs massive amounts of heat during the hottest parts of the day, keeping the air immediately around it from stagnating. Now here is the magic trick. You deliberately plant your high essential oil flora, specifically French lavender, star jasmine, and lemon verbena, in the exact path where the cool evening breeze enters your courtyard, directly opposite the thermal wall. As the sun sets, the air above your cool garden floor naturally sinks, while the air right next to your heated stone or plaster wall begins to rise. This temperature differential creates a localized, completely natural convection current, a gentle, invisible loop of moving air within your courtyard, even if there is absolutely no wind outside. As this microcurrent rotates, it pulls the cool air through your fragrant plants, strips the essential oils from the leaves, and traps the heavy, scented air low to the ground, right where your seating area is located. Because the courtyard walls prevent this air from dissipating into the wider landscape, You effectively create a literal scent trap. It acts as a natural living aromatherapy diffuser that activates automatically every evening. Simultaneously, this air movement drops the ambient temperature of the courtyard by up to 10 degrees compared to the open street outside. It is a masterclass in passive, nature-driven engineering that costs absolutely nothing to run, but completely changes the sensory experience of being home. Segment 6. Furniture and Living the Dolce Vita, Creating the Unpretentious Lounge. Once you have established the layout, the materials, the water, and the botanical framework, the final step is defining how you human beings inhabit the space. In Mediterranean design, outdoor furniture is not treated as a separate category from indoor furniture. The goal is to create an unbroken continuum of comfort. The courtyard should feel like a living room that simply lacks a roof, an invitation to practice what the Italians call il dolce far niente. To achieve this, stay away from hypermodern, shiny plastics or cold, minimalist metals that feel clinical. Instead, choose furniture made from materials that match the organic warmth of your garden. Weathered teak, natural wood, or hand-forged wrought iron with a subtle dark patina are excellent choices. The silhouettes should be low-slung and unpretentious. High-backed, stiff chairs make people sit rigidly. Low, deep sofas encourage people to lean back, stretch out, and stay for hours. Textiles are where you bring softness and tactile luxury into the courtyard. Use high-performance outdoor fabrics, but ensure they replicate the look and texture of natural fibers, like heavy linen or raw cotton. Stick to an earthy, sun-bleached color palette. Off-whites, warm sands, muted terracotta, sage greens, and deep charcoal. These colors harmonize beautifully with the natural stone and foliage, preventing the furniture from visually competing with the natural environment. Finally, consider the layout of your seating. Position your primary lounge area where it can directly interface with your water feature and your focal tree. You want to be close enough to touch the leaves, to hear the water splash, and to feel the cool microclimate we engineered with our scent trap. Whether you are drinking your morning coffee as the sun hits the stone walls or hosting a long, candlelit dinner with friends under the stars, the furniture should facilitate connection. Both connection with the people you love and connection with the living world around you. Segment 7. The Epilogue, Bringing the Mediterranean Spirit Home. To achieve this, stay away from hyper-modern, shiny plastics or cold, minimalist metals that feel clinical. Instead, choose furniture made from materials that match the organic warmth of your garden. Weathered teak, natural ipe wood, or hand-forged wrought iron with a subtle, dark patina are excellent choices. The silhouettes should be low-slung and unpretentious. High-backed, stiff chairs make people sit rigidly. Low, deep sofas encourage people to lean back, stretch out, and stay for hours. Textiles are where you bring softness and tactile luxury into the courtyard. Use high-performance outdoor fabrics, but ensure they replicate the look and texture of natural fibers like heavy linen or raw cotton. Stick to an earthy, sun-bleached color palette. Off-whites, warm sands, muted terracotta, sage greens, and deep charcoal. These colors harmonize beautifully with the natural stone and foliage, preventing the furniture from visually competing with the natural environment. Finally, consider the layout of your seating. Position your primary lounge area where it can directly interface with your water feature and your focal tree. You want to be close enough to touch the leaves, to hear the water splash, and to feel the cool microclimate we engineered with our scent trap. Whether you are drinking your morning coffee as the sun hits the stone walls or hosting a long, candlelit dinner with friends under the stars, the furniture should facilitate connection, both connection with the people you love and connection with the living world around you. Creating a Mediterranean courtyard garden is ultimately about more than just adopting an architectural style or following a design trend. It is a conscious lifestyle choice. It is a decision to step away from the sterile, sealed environments of modern indoor living and invite the natural world to become an active participant in your daily routine. It's about recognizing that our homes are healthier, more vibrant, and infinitely more beautiful when we allow nature to live right at the center of them. Thank you so much for spending this time with me inside the courtyard today. If you found inspiration in these design philosophies, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss our architectural journeys. And share this video with someone who is looking to transform their outdoor space. Let me know in the comments below, which of these ideas are you going to implement first in your own home? Until next time, design with intention, live with beauty, and I will see you in the next video.